The Whispering Cemetery. It was a cold October night, and Mia decided to take a shortcut home through the old cemetery. The moon hid behind thick clouds, and the air smelled of wet earth and leaves. She stood before the tall black gates, feeling a strange shiver in her bones. The rusty gates creaked as she slowly pushed them open, the sound echoing into the dark. People in town always whispered that the cemetery was haunted, but Mia laughed at such stories. Tonight, she would prove to herself there was nothing to fear. The path was narrow, covered in damp leaves that stuck to her shoes with each step. Tall gravestones stood like silent watchers, their writing faded by time. A cold wind brushed her neck, making her quicken her pace without thinking. Suddenly, a faint whisper reached her ears, so soft she thought it might be the wind. She stopped and turned slowly, scanning the graves around her. The whisper came again, and this time she clearly heard her own name. Her heartbeat grew louder, pounding in her ears like a drum. She looked behind her, but saw only the shadows of trees and stone crosses. The whisper faded into silence, and the quiet seemed heavier than before. She kept walking, her shoes crunching softly on the gravel path under the moonlight. Out of the corner of her eye, she saw a long shadow moving quickly. When she turned her head, nothing was there but a crooked gravestone. Mia's legs felt weak, yet she forced herself to keep going forward into the dark. The clouds parted for a moment, letting pale silver light fall on the graves. A figure slipped between two tombstones, vanishing before she could blink. A sudden wind roared through the cemetery, bending the thin trees like they might break. Behind her, the iron gates slammed shut with a deep metallic bang. She ran to them, but no matter how she pulled, they stayed locked tight. The whispers returned, louder now, curling around her from every side. Some voices were angry, others wept like lost children in the night. She covered her ears, but the sound seemed to come from inside her own head. A thick white fog rose from the ground, curling around her feet like cold smoke. In its shifting shapes, she saw pale faces with empty eyes watching her. They floated closer, never blinking, their mouths slowly beginning to open. One face came so near that she could smell the damp earth on its breath. Its skin was cracked, and its lips moved without sound at first. Then, in a broken whisper, it said, "Stay with us forever, Mia." She turned and ran, her heart thundering as the fog swirled around her. The path twisted strangely, leading her deeper instead of toward the gates. It was as if the cemetery itself was changing to trap her inside. From the fog, a thin cold hand grabbed her arm with icy fingers. She pulled free, but another hand caught her ankle, dragging her to the ground. The whispers turned to laughter, sharp and cruel in the darkness. The moon vanished again, leaving her in a heavy blackness she could almost touch. The ground beneath her knees was freezing, damp, and unsteady. Ghostly hands tightened their grip, pulling her deeper into the mist. Her eyes filled with tears as a tall shadow stepped forward from the fog. Its glowing eyes locked onto her, unblinking and cold. Slowly, it pointed toward an open grave, its dark soil waiting for someone new. The next morning, sunlight fell on the cemetery gates, now wide open again. No one in town saw Mia leave or return home that night. In the far corner, A new gravestone stood, and it carried her name.